Did you hear Alan Babbage's comments? He sparred you and Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And he said Tyson Fury's spent, and he said you're the most dangerous man out of those two.
Oh yeah?
Giving you props.
Yeah. Babbage, that was freaking the savage smart, savage, the juggernaut and the savage, mate.
But like hearing that, he's saying that Fury is spent. I think Fury said himself that he's like an old Ford Escort. He's got all these miles on the clock. His joints hurt, etc., etc. But he's still the best heavyweight in the world. Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though he's got miles on the clock? Do you feel?
Yeah, because he started his professional journey at age 21, and I started my boxing career at 22. Like I started boxing at 22, and he started his pro. He had his pro debut when he was 21. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's been in it a lot longer. He's got a lot more miles on the clock than I have.
And how are you feeling? Because obviously you're older than him, but not as many miles on the clock. How are the joints? How's all of that feeling your end?
Yeah, not bad. I'm still like holding up, like past my MOT, flying colours.
Oh,
I'm still on the way up.
We haven't seen the backflip in a while.
I mean, I'm a bit too heavy for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it on the trampoline and diving board and stuff, or off a cliff or wherever. But yeah.
Off a cliff, sorry, you just slipped that in. I could just do it off a cliff though. Yeah, just backflipping off cliffs.
I mean, not backflipping off. Oh, I mean, depends how high it is.
Yeah.
If it's too high, if it's like 10 metres, then probably not backflipping.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever see it in the ring again?
The backflip?
Mm.
Maybe in the WWE ring. Off the turnbuckle or whatever, off the freaking, what's the thing in the corner there?
Yeah, the top rope.
Yeah.
We need to see this. We need to see the juggernaut in the WWE. What do you make of the whole that Anthony Joshua situation? It sounds like he's got a new trainer. This is all just rumoured right now as we sit here today. Sounds like he's going to relocate to America under Derek James. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's obviously good for him. He's like the thing about Joshua, he trains very hard. Whatever he does, mate. I see him. I remember in GB, I used to like. We go into the SNC and I'm like, what's he fucking lifting now? Like, all these plates and like, it's like, oh. Like, how the fuck is he lifting that shit? Like, and his arms are just getting like bigger and bigger. I'm like, jeez. But then like with boxing, it's not all about that. Like, it's also about, the technique. And like, that's what I guess he's going to learn. And what I did see a small clip of a video where it looks like he's doing some good stuff.
The whole going to America thing, and actually, because obviously he had Robert Garcia last time, but he didn't go out to Oxnard for that. He brought Robert Garcia over.
Well, that's probably the mistake, and then that's where he's learnt from that mistake, and he's taken himself out there instead to where, to the roots of the training place.
Yeah, Texas. It'll be Texas. Yeah.
Texas, yeah.
Yeah, he's got Errol Spence and Charlo in the gym, hasn't he, Derek James? So it's a good camp.
He's having a good time, and I'm sure the Texans are loving him too.
What benefit does it actually have, because you do it as well? You go out to Vegas. You don't just bring Vegas to you. You go out to Vegas.
Yeah.
What benefit does it have actually going out to these camps?
It's taking yourself away from, like your normal environment, and because you're going. I'm used to always doing that because, like, obviously when I got in GB, I'd be travelling up to Sheffield, and we'd be going to different training camps there or whatever. Or if I took myself away to Cuba, for instance, or China, I do well taking myself away out of my comfort zone a little bit, and but it's kind of right now at the age I'm at, and the stage of the career I'm at is. I can enjoy the finer things and like have a nice. Well, I mean, Salas is in Vegas. He's got a gym there, but to have some nice weather, sun, and train. Like there's all the ingredients for a great training camp there. As I keep saying, there's the Red Rock for the runs. There's UFC facilities I'm using, and of course Salas Boxing Academy. We do the magic happens.
Where the magic happens.
I'm at the stage where these fights are, you know, getting more lucrative, so it's why not?
Well, speaking of lucrative fights, there is talk.
And I travel to get the best training possible, and I believe Salas is the best coach for me. I mean, you know, alongside Steve as well, he helps out, and
it's working though, isn't it? Whatever you're doing,
yeah.
it's all working, and it's all it's led to you to where you are today.
The machine is pretty well oiled and running smoothly.
Well, back to the whole Anthony Joshua thing, because there's talk about him having a warm-up fight and then fighting Dillian Whyte and then fighting Fury/Wilder. But amongst all of these names that get mentioned, there's one big omission, and that omission is yourself. Why are they not talking about you?
That sounds like a smell or something. Emission, like what was that, like fumes? Like,
well, it smells of something.
What do I smell to you or something like?
Why are they not talking about you, Joe?
Like, how funny? You know, the first I'm talking about. Anyway, Karen.
Yeah, no, omission, yeah.
Omission,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Omission, not omission.
Well, I'm glad that we're clearing this up.
We're clearing the air.
Yeah. Let's. I'm anti-emissions. Anyway, but let's.
What's your CO2 footprint?
All of it. Basically, I've done all the CO2 this week.
Okay.
So we're in a
what
good
is
spot
that? Like inhaling or exhaling?
Both. All the big ones. I can inhale, I can exhale.
Right. All by yourself?
All by myself. All by myself. I'm a growing lad.
I'm a real boy.
I'm trying. We'll take a picture together afterwards.
I'd say more like Oompa Loompa.
I'll take Oompa Loompa. Joe, thank you. I'll take Oompa Loompa. And again, during the process of this interview, we will put that picture up of me and you, which we will take shortly. I forgot, what was we even talking about? We was talking about, the emissions, omissions.
I'm going to grab some water for some thirsty...
What we got there? What's the water? Just a bit
I don't know, I don't want to advertise it. Can I
partake?
partake? Or?
No, I've still got this.
So
Still got loads.
Struggling.
So. You're struggling. Why does Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn not mention you as a potential opponent?
I wasn't even saying that. I was saying, like, mention me, period. Like, well, I mean, since I've turned pro, they like, you know, but I guess because I'm not in the stable. But yeah, I get it. Why? Well, it's a big mystery reason why. Big question mark. Could be an inflatable one. Like
Maybe we'll put one in. But that's a fight that you'd want, though, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough fight. He's I don't know, but I think he's on the whole rebuilding road, and he's gonna have like a fight to get ready for Dillian Whyte. That's word on the street. I've got my ears to the ground.
Yeah, there's talk of Dempsey McKean.
Yeah.
Otto Wallin potentially. I mean that would be Otto Wallin would be a good fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Teddy Atlas, he was a big fan of you. Often refers to you as a young George Foreman. He says that Anthony Joshua will never fight you. I've actually got a quote which I'm going to read out to you.
Oh,
he said,
prepared.
This is Big Teddy. He says, "There is no way on God's earth, no way that Joshua and his promoter are getting within. They wouldn't get within a 10-foot pole of Joyce in that boxing ring. No way." What do you think of that, and why is that?
Because I'm the juggernaut, bitch. I don't know, because he's still working. I don't know. I think he's taking himself out to America. He's going to have a fight, and then he's going to have another fight against Dillian Whyte, apparently. And yeah, I guess if I fight, I don't know, someone in March, and then potentially Fury, then after that maybe that. But I need to become heavyweight champion of the world first, and then I can call the shots and make the fights and get the decent split. But I mean, a Fury's a great fight, and I don't know. Let's see what happens. I always say let's see what happens, because you never know in boxing, because there's so many wires to
Yeah, snakes and ladders. You've said
snakes
before.
and ladders, and
Look, it feels like you've gone up a few ladders in your careers. I guess it's only been ladders really because you've just kept winning. Where do you think you'll end 2023? How do you think that looks?
undefeated, undisputed. There we go.
Do you reckon all the belts?
I hope, yeah. Let me do a quick prayer.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Look, away from you, there is a kid. I think we can call him a kid. Who's just turned over. That you know, he's 18 years old.
Yeah.
Moses Italma.
Very, very dense, and yeah, he seems to get bigger every time we see him. And he's very skillful and strong, and I think his head's in the right place, and he knows where he wants to go. So yeah, side in the stable, another heavyweight to the mix.
Mm-hmm.
He's man, he's a good fighter, man, and I'd like to see him how he progresses, and when his next fight is, I'll be watching that.
You've sparred him. He talked about when he sparred you, he turned up in his school uniform and he was still sort of yawning as he got into the ring because he'd just finished an exam or something, GCSEs presumably. What do you recall of these spars?
Yeah, he's really good. Like I rate him. He's good speed, timing, footwork, and like power is good. Like yeah, he was like lighting me up with some shots and that. He's quick and like he's a good southpaw and that. So yeah, we had like a good obviously I'm not taking the piss, but like. I mean, he's like fiery and young and stuff. So, yeah, he's a good fighter, man. Ratings, man. I'm looking forward. Well, who's he fighting next? You know,
it would just be a debut opponent.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's
he's gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna last a round. He's gonna just tear through some people quickly, build up his record. That's what he can do, and then mate, he's chasing after the bottle. That would be a fight to build.
Yeah, well, look, he's 18, Dubois 25. But here's the key thing. He says that he wants to become the youngest ever world heavyweight champion, which means he's got until May 2025 to do it.
Yeah, so he's be like, oh,
do you think he can do it in today's day and age? Can he become a world champion?
What happens. He's got to have his debut first.
So he makes his debut on January 28th on the undercard of Anthony Yarde against Artur Beterbiev, a huge fight here in the UK. What are your thoughts on that fight? Couple of weeks time. Get yourself along. OVO Arena, Wembley Arena. Oh, Joe, no.
I'll be watching it. Hopefully it'll be like a decent hour. It'll be a decent hour in the daytime for me. It'll be like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
We're watching it in the jacuzzi like Tony Montana.
ESPN Plus in America, by the way. So, what do you think of it?
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, correct. Beterbiev's a beast, right?
Huh?
Beterbiev is a beast, right?
Yeah. But I mean, Yarde is a beast as well. He can hit. So yeah, it'll be see how their styles mesh and whatever. But it'll be a good fight, and it's made best man win. But obviously, I hope Yarde does it. And I think it will. They both got power and stuff, and I think as the styles gel, you can kind of as soon as the first 30 seconds, and see if they, see what happens in there. Because some fights, the first round they're both feeling each other out. They're both aware of that, so they have that round, and then there's a fight builds and then it ignites or whatever. But I don't know. They might have plans to. It depends what the game plan is, what the strengths and weaknesses. But I can't give you an opinion because I haven't seen the fights.
You haven't seen enough of Beterbiev, but both beasts, and you're back in Yarde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Dev.
There you go. Not to put words in your mouth. All right. The last thing, Joe, we've got a few questions in from a few fans. Because you've got a few fans, Joe. I don't know if you noticed. You've got a few fans. Got some fans. I put a little tweet up.
I've got some fans.
You've got some fans. Annette Cord is one of those fans. And she said, can you ask him to do the sombrero ring walk and call himself Mexico Joe as much as possible? So
I don't know what that is.
I guess it's when you come out with the Mexican hat on and all that.
But I don't know the lyrics to that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a good ring walk, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'll give you this. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's the boy. How about that?
I think that's wonderful news for Annette Cord, who sent that tweet in. Cam talks boxing. Does Joe Joyce think he can take Deontay Wilder's right hand?
I would not like to chance it and like stick my chin out and say hit me and see if I can take it, but I think I can, cause him problems and potentially beat him. I'll have to, obviously the game plan again as well, because he's got a big right hand, and I think I could probably take it, but like I wouldn't like to get hit with it, and I wouldn't like to test it. I'd prefer to like beat him with not having to take his massive power punches. Thank you very much.
Is there any part of you that's curious though? Because there are sick people out there who are curious. It's like the ultimate boxing test. Joe Joyce's chin against Deontay Wilder's right hand. Are you curious, or are you just sort of like, no thanks, because that is still my face?
It's a big fight, and like if it can happen in like Las Vegas, imagine. Yeah, that's very tempting.
Maybe you speak it into existence. It's one that a lot of people want to see. Tweet here from... Go on.
But yeah, I need to have something to offer. So once I'm heavyweight champion, which I'm right there, then that'll be, I don't know, makes sense.
Be a good fight. A tweet here from McClearim, who says he saw you on a flight back from Tenerife on New Year's Eve. How was Tenerife? Work or pleasure?
Yeah, it was a pleasure. I spent Christmas at my mum's and went to my aunties and my other aunties where it actually was taking place, and I did a bit of driving there, but had really fun. That was a good Christmas. And then after I think it was Boxing Day, or I went, or maybe the next day, I flew to Tenerife where my dad and my other brothers were, and spent some time there, and I was going around on the scooters and the last night, and I've been out there before actually, so it's quite nice to be back out there and get some like warmer weather. There's a couple of really nice sunny days, and that, and yeah.
Should he have said hello when he saw you on the flight?
I think just I'm pretty down to earth, like normal guy. So like as long as if it's like if it's not. It's fine to take a picture and whatever, say hello or something. I'm not going to bite.
Come say hello to the Juggernaut.
Unless like there's, or either I'm in an argument, or I need to be somewhere, or I haven't got time, or something like that, or like there's too many people asking me and I need to get away or something.
Are you often in an argument just out in public?
No, not really. But I'm just saying, like the circumstances where I wouldn't be like my jovial, friendly self.
Okay, well, good to know, all right, next tweet we got from Ryan Prower. He says, you're clearly an athlete for a man your size. What's the toughest part of your camp? And what skills do you have, like backflips, that we haven't seen yet? So have you got any other little tricks or anything? Can you break dance? I don't know. What else can you do?
Yeah, I can do the 6-step on break dancing. I can do like the air flare.
What on earth is that?
I'd have to show you, but
I mean, look, we've got a lovely area here.
But I'd have to warm up, and like it's like because break dancing comes from capoeira, so capoeira is obviously the fighting style, but break dancing is more like. Capoeira as a fighting style is like, it's more flamboyant, and like because the slaves were practicing to fight and like disguising it as dancing, so they're like playing around with these tricks and stuff like that.
Really? Is that?
And it was outlawed, and then in Brazil, when it was only the gangsters kind of practice it, but now today it's like, in society and as a martial art, as a sport, it's practiced. And yes, it's kind of cool. It's like practicing like cool kicks and flips and stuff while dancing to music. But you can all, if you're in the audience, then you can clap and sing as well. But it's very hard to sing and clap.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I didn't know that. So that was because
and there's like drums. And,
that was because slaves were secretly practicing to fight, but
to escape their captors, and then they did escape and go to the off into the mountains.
Wow, well, we learn something new every day. Haroon says, could you ask him why he doesn't faint in a fight? Do you faint in a fight?
What's
You faint in a fight though, right?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, you give it a little.
I do faint. Yeah.
You do faint
when needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be like when you're at a high level, and that it can be hard to spot if you're for the untrained eye. So maybe you need to study a bit closer, young Padawan.
Well, there's the message to Haroon, who is a big fan of both of us. Apparently, that's what he tweets. That's nice. Right, Reese said, "Can you ask him if he can come and paint the ceiling on my landing? I can't reach it." So presumably he's maybe a man of my height.
Well,
and
you've got a roller.
Yeah.
Or does he want me to do the edging? Because I can do the edging. Because I'm an artist. Ah. Yeah, I paint. I do. I dabble. I dab and I dabble.
You dab and you dabble.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, great news for Reese then. So you're open to that, yeah?
Yeah, I'm open to painting anything.
Fantastic. Okay, look, we got one from Nadeem Haddad, who said, when you do a backflip after a win, do you ever fear you may accidentally kick the roof and end up fighting for nothing when you have to pay the venue for damages?
That's a great question. What's his name?
Nadeem Haddad. He's great on Twitter. Give him a follow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think what I might say is, I don't remember, what did you say? What was it
so he said, when you do a backflip after a win, do you ever fear you may accidentally kick the roof and end up fighting for nothing when you have to pay the venue for damages?
Normally the roofs are like pretty high, and it's like the lights, they're in that box thing, and they're normally hanging down, so it's like it's unfeasible that I'd be able to kick that unless I had like really springy boots, and like apparently you can order them on Amazon now. Okay. And then you can kick. It's called kick, and then you can kick the moon. Okay. Yeah. Don't try this at home, kids.
So that's the message to Nadine. You so far you haven't kicked the roof through yet when you've done a backflip.
No, I haven't. No, okay. Not yet. But I plan to do in the future, maybe.
Good to know. Okay, House of Boxing says, what is his chin made of?
My chin is made of, bone, mostly.
Just 5 times more dense?
But strong, like dense bone, yeah. And sinew and muscle and vigour and spirit. And spirit,
he's got it all. All right, last one, Gareth J. What's Joe Joyce's ideal next 3 fights?
So someone in March, I'm the mystery man with the question mark, Tyson Fury, and then so let's say I beat Tyson Fury. Who would I fight if I beat Tyson Fury? They'd be like, oh, please fight me. You'd be like, what? Josh would be like, oh, you mentioned my name. And Hearn would be out like losing his mind, and I don't know, who else would there be? There'd be Wilder. That'd be a good fight. Even like Ruiz, but that's a fight as well. Do you think Usyk might change his tune and want to fight me?
I don't know, because I guess like.
But he would have fought. He would have
lost to Fury at that point. So then it's, what does he want to do? What does he want to do after he's lost to Fury? Is he still? And would you fight him after he's lost to Fury?
Well, I don't know. It gets to the point where it's just like interesting fights, and like once you get to a level, it doesn't matter who you fight. Like Fury shown when he fought Chisora. I mean, whoever he fights, if he fought Wallin on the rematch, that would still do. If he fought whoever he fought, it would still do numbers. So like when you get to that level, then I think I'm almost there. I could think I can main event fighter, pay-per-view, I guess, against certain fighters.
Well, Joe, since you are yawning, since I've kept you long enough.
Yeah. Can I get another pint?
Look, we can get another pint.
Has it got protein? Is it protein?
I don't know about that, but look, it's been great speaking to you. Can you just show me that you've got this one wheeler thing, right? Which we're going to show you wheel away on. But I just want you to talk us through this potentially.
Oh, it's very heavy, but it has like about a 30-mile range, depending on your weight and like how, I don't know, on the tyres as well. It's got the slicks on, but it goes about 20 miles an hour, and it's really fun because it's like I can snowboard, so it's like snowboarding. It's like being on the slopes, and you're just like on the roads, like on the back street roads, or like on, I don't know, off road as well. But because I've got the slicks on, it slips out sometimes.
Do you? So you're just buzzing up and down the streets on this one wheeler?
Yeah, one wheel.
One wheel
GT. They better if anyone's listening that's works or like in the promotion or thing, then like get at me.
Holler at your boy.
Holler at your boy.
No helmet, Joe?
Yeah, I did have a helmet. I do have a helmet, but it's...
Because Frank's looking at that and he's thinking, what is he doing? What is he doing going around in this one wheeler?
Oh, you should probably like cut all of this out and not even put it in, to be honest. I thought I either drive or take this, and like, this is more fun.
Okay, more fun. Brilliant speaking to you today, Joe, and best of luck to you for 2023, the year that Joe Joyce becomes a world champion. Am I right?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do it.
So what you do, you put one foot there, and then you get to balance point, and then the engine kicks in, and then you go lead forward, and away you go. Hello. Jolly good.
The Juggernaut. Great to see you, mate.
Yeah.